proceed with the adoption of the recommendation section of the report on the UPR of Kuwait. The Troika for this report consists of the representatives of Bolivia, India and South Africa. I give the floor to Her Excellency Ms. Nzumisa Pamela Nututela, Ambassador, Deputy Permanent Representative of South Africa to the UN at Geneva, who on behalf of the Troika will introduce the recommendation section of the report. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is a great honor and privilege to present on behalf of the Troika, composed of Bolivia, India and my own country, South Africa, the draft report of the working group UPR of Kuwait, distributed under the reference A/HRC/WG.6./21/L/14. During the interactive dialogue with the state under review held on 28 January 2015, 113 delegations delivered their statements and 9 sent advance questions. As a result, 278 recommendations were addressed to Kuwait. The Troika would like to thank the delegation of Kuwait, led by Her Excellency Mrs. Hind Subai Al-Subai, as well as other delegations for their constructive and active engagement in the process and the preparations of this report. We are pleased that 278 recommendations will be examined and the response provided not later than in 29th session of the Human Rights Council. The Troika would like to address its thanks to the Secretariat for its active support during the entire process. With this in mind, the Troika submit this report to the working group for adoption. I thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Before adopting the recommendation section of the draft report, I would like to recall, as per the new practice, the entire report, including the summary section, will be circulated by email on 6 February. All delegations have then until 13th February to make editorial changes related to their own statements in the summary section of the report. All such editorial changes should be transmitted to the Troika through the Secretariat at the usual address. However, any comments on the recommendation section should be made now from the floor. Is there any such comments? That is not the case. Then we proceed. I propose that the working group adopts the recommendations of the draft report on the UPR of Kuwait. The section of the report is herewith adopted. May I recall that, as per usual practice, Kuwait should indicate in due time a clear position on outstanding recommendations, and at the latest at the 29th session of the Human Rights Council in June 2015. I now give the floor to Her Excellency Ms. Hind Al-Subai, Minister of Social Affairs and Labour, for her final remarks she may wish to make. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
سيد الرئيس، أود أن أتوجه بجزيل الشكر لكم لإدارتكم هذه الجلسة، كما أود أن أتقدم بالشكر لأصحاب السعادة رئيس وأعضاء الترويكا كلما بذلوه من جهد بارز لإعداد تقرير مراجعة دولة الكويت. ولا بد لي أن أشير إلى الاهتمام الملحوظ الذي يبديه المجتمع الدولي بقضايا حقوق الإنسان في دولة الكويت، وأننا نشكر كافة الوفود التي شاركت يوم الأربعاء الماضي في الحوار التفاعلي خلال جلسة المراجعة. إن دولة الكويت تقدر كافة الجهود التي يقوم بها مجلس حقوق الإنسان من خلال آلياته المتعددة، كما أنها تولي أهمية بالغة لعملية الاستعراض الدولي الشامل باعتبارها آلية عادلة ومنصفة لكافة الدول. وأود أن أؤكد لكم حرص دولة الكويت على دراسة كافة التوصيات التي وردت لنا خلال عملية المراجعة، وسنقوم بدراستها بشكل دقيق ومتأني لتحديد موقفنا منها قبل الدورة 29 لمجلس حقوق الإنسان الذي سينعقد في شهر يونيو القادم. واسمحوا لي في الختام أن أكرر شكري لكم للترويكا ولأفراد السكرتارية الذين عملوا معنا في الأيام الماضية، وبالطبع كل التقدير لطاقم الترجمة لما قاموا به من جهد مشكور خلال هذه الجلسات. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Thank you, Your Excellency, to you and to your delegation for your participation in the review, for your presence today. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, with the adoption of these reports from Guyana and Kuwait, we have completed the consideration of all 14 states reviewed at this session of the working group. I would like to remind you that all final documents corresponding to the reviews of this session will be considered and adopted at the 29th session of the Human Rights Council in June 2015. The participation of all the states to be reviewed at this session, the high-level representation of the delegations, and the high number of speakers during the interactive dialogues are proof of the continued interest of the international community in the Universal Periodic Review, as well as proof of the importance of this process at the national levels. And with this final remark, we can actually, I would like to add that it was my first session for the UPR, which I've been presiding as a president. I found it extremely rewarding, including the constructive spirit when recommendations were given and when all our deliberations took place here. I think it is very important for all of us to continue to mind the fundamental rules that preserve the integrity of the UPR and govern the work of the working group. I'm particularly gratified by the fact that bilateral matters remained outside of our deliberations. This represents yet another positive trend of the UPR process, as it enhances its credibility and ensures its success during the second cycle. Before closing the meeting, I would like to thank all of those who have assisted us behind the scenes and made the UPR sessions run so smoothly. I would also like to offer a special thanks to the interpreters, conference, and security officers. We will meet again on 16 February 2015 at the organizational meeting that takes place before the 28th session of the Human Rights Council in March. Have a good weekend. The meeting is closed.